Howdy ho, guys and gals. Welcome back to Den of Tools. Today is 9/9. That's Monday, September 9th, which means it's time for Deals of the Week. Oh my gosh, we got a ton of hot deals. By the way, we are rolling into the whole Black Friday season. For those of you who are new, basically back in the day, Black Friday was one day, then expanded to a few days, then it was a whole week. Then the pandemic hit, and to avoid people being all in the stores at once, they spread it out into a whole season, and that worked out for everybody, and now that's the way it is. So if you haven't subscribed, you could miss out on a bunch of the deals, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you ring the bell. Anyway, let's jump into the deals. I want to thank today's first sponsor, and that is AC Mount. Oh my gosh, this is a ridiculous deal. We've talked about this jump starter before. I've shown it to you. I would show it to you again, but it's in my wife's car. I got to tell you this thing is not just a jump starter. It's one of those combos jump starter inflators that I really love. And it says it's a 3,000 amp. I don't know. I don't know if it would handle my diesel. I haven't tested on my diesel yet. But you know what? I did jumpstart our old Suburban with it. It worked fine on that. That's a big 8-cylinder. So it can handle stuff like that. It's got the inflator. It says it'll do 150 PSI. I think I'll probably do that on like bike tires. For those of you who don't know, like the high-end, like multi-speed road bikes, those tires do go up to 150 PSI. But like for big tires, like for my RV or for my truck, which are like 80 PSI, it could probably get there, but it's going to take an entire charge to do it. This is like get you enough air to get the road, get to like I've used inflators like this to get home from a trip, to get to a gas station, to get my tire patched and stuff like that, or a service station. Anyway, they do have their uses. They're not like the end all be all, but they get you off the side of the road, and that's what they're really there for. This thumb though, check out the price on this. This is insane. So let me pull this up again. Normally it's $100. It's on sale for $69.99. There is a 10% off coupon here that's going to knock another $7-ish off of it. Now get this. There's a coupon code. They give me a coupon code for 20% off. It's down in the links down below, right down there, where it says like more or click for more or whatever. If you click on that, you get all the links, and then you get the coupon codes for it, and you just enter those in. And they show up, they don't take away from the price, they show up like a gift card, like it's credit in your account. Now here's where it gets weird. I also clicked the redeem down here, 6% on 2 select items. With the math that I did on this, it should have been $47, $48, but when it showed up at the end of the whole list in my checkout, it was $42. So let me know that when it shows up for you guys down below in the comments. I really want to see. And for those of you who look at this like 3 days later and go, hey, there's no sale price on this. What happened? You missed the sale. The sale's on, they only have like X amount of items that they have listed. And then Amazon runs this based off an algorithm. The price starts going up. They're like, hey, tons of people want it. Let's jack the price up. You got to be quick on it. That's why you got to ring that bell. All right, let's keep going here. Next up, we've got Dreo. Dreo's a big fan of those guys. We've reviewed their products before on the channel. I've got their heaters that we run in our RV. This is their oscillating quiet tower fan. I'm a big fan, pun intended, of this style of fan. And we have a heater fan version of this in the RV. And I like it because they're great for when you have reduced area footprints. Like in the RV, it's hard to, I can't set up a big box fan sitting on the floor. It takes up too much space. What about in your workshop? You're working, you're moving around. Some people I don't want to have a big fan in the middle of my workshop. You could set this up against a support pillar or in a corner or near the corner of a table where it's kind of tucked out of the way, and it's still going to pull in a lot of air because it's that vertical system there, and it's going to move, it's going to oscillate. You can control it with the remote control. You can control it with the app. It's normally $80. There's a $15 off coupon. Also on their main website here, they've got, their Labor Day sale is still going on. I think it goes on through the 12th. Save up to $140. Dreo is one of these brands that just kind of came out of nowhere and just started banging the best bang for the buck kind of drum, just absolutely killing it with the quality they're producing for the money they're charging. Nobody, I mean, look at this. This is easily, going up against the Dyson style fans and stuff like that, and it's like half the price of the Dyson. they got a lot of great stuff. I love their products. I trust them enough that I keep their heaters. When we're in the RV, we have one of their heaters in the kids' bunk room. It's that safe, all right? Dog knocks it over, it'll turn off, no one cares. All right, next up, the My open ear headphones, 0.23 ounces, 6 millimeter thinnest ear hooks, Bluetooth 5.4. That's actually a big thing there, though. The 5.4, that gets you the good range, the good, the best connectivity. It's got IPX waterproof rating, 30 hours of runtime. These are let me talk about the price. $40 with a 10% off coupon on this. These things are fantastic. Now, here's the case they come in. Nice little case. You flip it open. You got your little places to put them to charge. I'm actually wearing one right now. Here's what I love about this, and I don't tell a lot of people. I talk about earbuds a lot on the channel, but I'm always talking about, hey, my wife loves this one, or my kids love this one, or my buddy uses this one, because I hate putting things in my ear. It drives me up a wall. Can't do it, all right? I've tried. I bought myself a pair of the AirPod Pros. Can't wear them. I bought the cheap ones. They're great sounding, but after a day or two, I'm like, nope, can't do it anymore, and I just can't wear it. This is what these things look like. Let me get my hand behind it there. So it hooks around, goes behind your, I think this is just all battery, just whole battery back here. That's why it's got 36 hours of runtime. And all you do is you loop it over your ear like that, and it sits right down in the little pocket right there, and there you go. All right, do I have it all the way in there? I can't tell. I always feel like it's not, like I don't have it on enough, because they're just so lightweight and you don't really notice that they're there. Now here's the other thing, because they don't go in your ear, they don't block your ear. Now I know a lot of people are like, I'm on a job site, I want to have hearing protection. That's great. You know what you also want to be able to do on a job site? Hear when somebody says, look out, backhoes swinging around, you want to hear that bucket's coming around, right? So there's a lot of instances where you want to be able to hear, besides being able to hear what's going on in your earbuds. I love these. I realize I'm kind of, fanboying about it, but it's like for somebody who has looked at everything that's out there and like, I can't use that, I can't use it, I can't use that. To get what is this, $40, 10%, that's gonna take $36 off of it. That's a pretty good deal on these. They have great sound. I love them. Nice case, recharging case. It's got the little light, comes on, tells you that it's a little slick though on the case. I will say that. Anyway, enough about this. Go check them out. We got, of course, links and everything down below. All right, next up, we got the what do you call it? The S-Welder DP200. What is going on there? Jeez, this page. So the S-Welder is still going on. DP200, it's $400, but I wouldn't want to talk about it because the price is going up tomorrow on it. Now, those of you who caught the video last week know the secret about that, but I'll put links to down below. But anyway, the secret is that if you, I put their email down there, and if you say, hey, I saw it on Dena Tools, they're supposed to give you a coupon code that lets you still get that entry level price, because they got 48 days to go. They've been, look at this, they've got 2.1 million backers on this. And when I was filming, when I set this up, they were at 211. They're now at 221. So they're at 2,111,000. Yeah, anyway, they're 221. Anyway, in 5 minutes, they've sold 10,000. So things are moving fast over there. All right, let's keep going here. Next up, we've got, the Olight sale is going on this week. They've got a huge thing. They've got a new store showing up down in Vegas. Now, they did, in full disclosure, they did invite me, and yet again, I said no. I've turned down every promo trip that anyone's offered me so far. But that said, they've got a lot of great stuff. They've got you may have seen this before. They got this little cube thing here, and apparently it's got the charging cover, you take that off, and then you got this little thing, and like there's a little red dot that shows up in that. Apparently, you could put it on something. I don't know what it would be for. It's really cool. If you know what this is for, don't mention anything about it in the comments. We all know what it's for. I make these little illusions so people can understand, so other people won't understand. And the people are like, well, it's for this, you idiot. Built too short, son. All the good ones go over your head. Anyway, let's keep going. All right, send in by a user. We got a bunch of these. I know I keep going back and forth. If you want to send in a deal, here's the rules. Red@DennaTools. My email is in the bottom of every single video we put out. I'm always available. We're full transparency here. We don't try to hide who we are, what we do. Always available for questions or comments. So that said, don't send me one before Friday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can send a deals of the week. If you send it before that, the deal will be dead by the time next Monday rolls around, all right? You have to send a link. Sending a photo or a screen grab is not good enough. You got to send a link, all right? I get a lot of people who keep sending me stuff that's like, hey, my store has this. That's usually like an open box or a manager special or something like that. And we can't really do those here because, one store has it and then we get thousands of other people looking for it, getting upset that their store doesn't have it. So we're not going to be doing those anymore, all right? Unless I get a bunch of people saying, hey, all my stores have this thing for, $5, it should be $500. In that case, we'll make a judgment call. But that said, so put DennaTools in the subject line, have a link in it, send it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There we go. Game on. All right. Ox Tools. This is essentially the same as the Work Pro knife. In fact, I think I've got the Work Pro knife around here somewhere. Nope, it's wandered off around the shop somewhere. Anyway, the whole point is it's essentially the same knife in a different color. If you like the blue, I kind of like the blue. It's on sale right now for $12.99. Next up, we got the Metabo HPT brad nailer. This is the pro preferred, a lot of people don't realize Metabo HPT, which is the old Hitachi. These are pro grade nailers. I've seen them on job sites all across the country, building houses, stuff like that. Probably not the brad nailer so much, but maybe. Anyway, I guess you're doing trim, stuff like that. Normally $99, it's on sale, 49% off, down to $50. Then we got the Makita here. Check this out. You're getting the one-hand recip. You're getting the battery. This is the 12 volt, by the way, the CXT line. You're getting the one-hand recip. You're getting the battery. You're getting the charger. You're getting the case, and you're getting the radio there, or at least the speaker, Bluetooth job site speaker there, all for $159. Then next up, we got Ego. I've talked about the Ego blower. This thing is a great deal. 5.8 amp-hour battery, charger included, $230 on that, limited time deal on that one. Then we've got the backpack blower. This, which is funny because this is 650 or 600 CFM. This one is 765. So this one actually puts out more air. This is more comfortable, long run kind of stuff. And if you saw my video on the generic Ego battery, which I thought was actually a pretty good deal. But that said, I compared it against the 12 amp hour. No one's going to walk around holding a blower with the 12 amp hour battery. It's a lot of weight. But you put it on something like this. Now this comes with the 7.5. Then if you got the 12, you can use that. This is some serious kind of like, we're going to get rid of these leaves and everything else kind of all day long kind of runtime for $389, $390 there. All right, then we got the pole telescope. This is insane. You gotta check this out because I'm like, why is this pole saw $350? It is telescopic LED cut line. It has an LED cut line on a pole saw. I have not tried this, but I'm signing up. That better be one wicked bright LED line because how am I supposed to see that when I have this thing telescoped out 10 feet up in the branches? I don't know. Maybe there's a fiber optic goggle that goes with it or something. If you have it, I'd love to hear in the comments, does it work as well as it says? I mean, the telescoping pole part, that's nice. I like that. I've seen it on a lot of them, though, and on the cheaper stuff, the telescoping part, the lock on it kind of degrades over time, and it kind of slides a little bit, so you got to go back in there and tighten it up and whatnot. I don't know if that's the case with this one, but the LED line indicator, yeah, I want to see that in action, all right? Anyway, $349. Then for a more basic one, this is the Ego Power 10-inch. So let me get the right picture here. There we go. So this is the pole saw, non-telescoping, no LED line, but it comes with the battery, with the charger included, but this is the power head system. So this part right here is essentially a separate unit, and then you get these little plug-ins that go into it. And they've got edgers, they've got these brush clears, they got a bunch of stuff. Trimmers, all sorts of things. So for that price, for $269, getting the battery, the charger, and the power head, that's actually a really good deal. All right, then we got the Ego CS 1613 chainsaw. Now, they have another 16-inch chainsaw that's usually a little bit cheaper than this, but this is 20% off. You're getting the 4 amp hour battery and charger included. But I want you to look close at this when I zoom in on it. Look at this is not like the other little chainsaw where everything's plasticky and whatnot. Look at the teeth on that. All right, that's going to bite in. All right, it's got the visible oil system right there. This is a step above the regular 16-inch chainsaw. And for $239 at 20% off, that's a great deal as well. All right, we got the Craftsman ratcheting screwdriver with the speed drive, 2-inch double-ended bits included, holds up to 6 bits. It's normally $23. It's on sale right now for $15. Then we got the Fantic. Of course, I've talked about the Fantic once. Here's a call out for everyone. So these bits, I believe they're called 4mm shank bits. All right. I had somebody who reached out to me and said, "Hey, can you find any extended ones?" Now, Weehaw makes some double-ended ones that are like this long, but they're kind of hard to get a hold of. Do you know, is there a standard name for these? I think the other thing is 1/32 or something, but I think they're mostly called 4mm. If you know what the name is, or where you can find extra bits, or where you can find extended bits, we'd all love to know, because they're fantastic units. And if we could extend the use of them, I think we'd all love that. That said, normally $80, on sale for $48.97. And there's a 10% coupon we're going to dump on top of that. That's going to knock another $480 off of that. Lightning deal, by the way, 21% claimed. You're going to have to move quick on this one. All right, we got the Fantic S1 Pro screwdriver. Now this is this is a slightly bigger powered screwdriver with a different case and everything. This one's normally $89.97. It's on sale right now, 22% off, down to $69.97. Then we got this. Check this out. This is pretty cool. I remember seeing these back in the day, and I haven't seen them in a long time. And when I ran across that, it was kind of one of those like, how did I forget about these kind of moments? So this one's made of bamboo. I'd usually see them made out of wood or plywood or something, but I'm okay with the bamboo. Bamboo organizer rack, desktop hand tool stand, repair tool stand, holder there. The question I have is does this bottom drawer slide out? Because it kind of looks like it does. Anyway, I don't see any pictures with the drawer slid out, but it does. Come on, tell me that does look like it slides out, right? Anyway, I love that. You could carry your whole repair tool set from one bench to another for $26.59. It's only 5% off, but it's such a cool setup there. I wanted to include it. Then we got this. We got this basically from the same company. No, it's a different company, but again, it looks like bamboo. I could be wrong on it. Screwdriver rack, wall mount, wood pliers, holders, hammers, wood tools, storage organizer. It's normally $35. It's 11% off, down to $30.99. Then we got this. We got this in black, and we got it in the natural color here. This one is $67.99 and a 30% off coupon. And then with the natural finish, I don't know why the natural finish is more, but it is $74.35 with a 30% off coupon on that. And again, this is like your basic tool organizer we talked about before, but a more natural kind of look to it, unless, of course, you go with the dark wood. Not my thing. Anyway, we'll get back to that other one here in just a second. I just want to take you around it and show you everything there. So there's your options on it. Anyway, we talked about this one before. This is a great move your tools to the workspace rather than the work to the tools. $59.99, normally $129. Ain't no one paying $130 on this thing. Let me see if I got price tracking on this. This is, it's probably normally selling for around $60, $70. So $59.99, but there's a 10% off coupon on it. I think that's the important part, and that's why we're including it. All right, then look at this. We got the individual tool caddies here, so you can bolt them up about anywhere. You want to have a spot where you're always looking for a place to put your drill or impact down, and you never really have a spot for it. Well, now you do. You can build your own cubby storage kind of thing, or do independent ones all around your shop. Normally $20, on sale for $17 with a 5% coupon on top of that. Then we got the DeWalt 20 volt max belt sander. Tool only here, the DCW 22OB, 39% off a list, down to $195.60 on that one. Then we got the electric pressure washer. Check this out. Normally $144. It's on sale for $119, and there's a $30 off coupon, taking this down to $90. Now, Compare it versus the Portland, over at Harbor Freight. Well, it's already got the universal tips. So you don't have to buy the extension wand. You don't have to buy the extra tips for it. So that puts it nearly the same price. Plus you get the soap dispenser, everything else. Kind of nice handle on this thing. I don't know. I think it's probably a better setup, a more ergonomic. It's got a telescoping handle. It's got bigger wheels. It already has the tips on it. And at $90, I think I'd probably go with that over the Portland from Harbor Freight. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. All right, then of course I always throw this one when it comes down here. It's the Astro AI multimeter. It's $10. It's your basic, just has all the basic features kind of multimeter. Am I going to throw it on mains? Probably not. But for checking batteries, doing automotive, all that kind of stuff, checking continuity, all that. This for $10. Again, this is the kind of thing where I pick up and I throw them in my Go tool bag. I have one at the shop. I have one at the studio. I keep one in the truck. Just there's always a place to have one of these little cheap multimeters because I always kind of seem to need one for something or other. Anyway, again, $10. The Deca Pro. People like that Harbor Freight toolkit that was like $110 or whatever. I can't remember the price on it. Anyway, so I just want to throw this one out here. So this is a Deca Pro toolkit with 8-volt drill. So not a 12-volt, it's an 8-volt. They couldn't afford the 12-volt. But you got a couple screwdrivers, you got some needle nose, you got some Allen wrenches, some mini screwdrivers, you got some bits to go with it, you got a tape measure, you got a little tiny hammer, you got an adjustable wrench, you got, looks like some sockets in there, and then you got your 8-volt drill driver on top of it. Anyway, all that for $50. All right, let's keep going. The iGet P6, again, as I said, I have these snips. I like them a lot. I don't know where I got them. They just showed up. I've been using them. I don't remember. I've been using them for so long. I don't remember when they showed up. They had to be like, I buy a lot of stuff at auctions. There's a lot of like community auctions, ranch auctions, stuff like that. And they'll just have these boxes. They'll sell them by the box. And I think that's what happened. I think I got it for that. And I don't really know a ton about it other than I like using them. They're good quality. And when I found out how cheap they go for, normally $13.50, these are on sale right now for $6, $5.56 there. That's a pretty sweet price on them. I've had a bunch of people buy them and get back to me like, hey, for the price on these things are fantastic. All right, then we got the skill saw. This is it. This is the workhorse, the 7 1/4 lightweight worm drive circular saw in silver there. Normally $200. It's on sale for $144. That is a fantastic workhorse of a saw. The normal sale price on this, honestly though, is really around the $160 to like mid $150s price. So at $144, that's a pretty good price on that. Then we got this. I have to include this. I've got a couple of the M12 knockoff batteries, but a 9 amp hour. I've never really thought, maybe I don't have like the M12 saw or anything like that. So I don't know where I would use a 9 amp hour M12, but if you would, for $27, it seems like something worth trying it. All right, we got the Bosch here, the Colt. This is their small 5.6 amp palm router here. This is a solid palm router. Is it the best one out there? I think the DeWalt is a slight step above this one, but for $100, it's a pretty good option. All right, then we got the Bosch 9-piece bimetal hole saw kit. This is a solid hole saw kit, especially at that price, $33.34. Then we got I had to include this, the 18-volt 6-port fast charger there. A lot of brands don't have multi-port. I honestly didn't even know they had this until I ran across it. And I'm guessing a lot of people out there who have Bosch didn't know that they had this. And for $100, $98.98, that's a pretty good deal there to be able to charge basically get rid of that whole other mess of chargers you have and just have one. You can just stack them all up here. Now, I don't know if this is sequential. Oh yeah, it sequentially charges, which for me is fine. I don't need them to charge all at once. Sequential is fine because let them manage the battery, work through the whole thing, be ready to go for the next one. All right, then we got the Milsey. I've talked about this before. This is a great little laser tape measure thing. It's got two two bubble levels on it. It does 320 feet of digital laser tape measure. It'll do all the math, Pythagorean theorem, volume, all that on top of it. It's on sale 41% off. I got to think they're coming out with a new version of this or something because that's a ridiculous price, $29.57. All right, now Bosch recip saw. These saws are so good, we'll sell you the whole blade, but you only need the edge. $17 on, actually fantastic blade, fantastic blade. Definitely worth $17. This is up to, was it Extreme Cuts medium metal on this. All right, we got the skill saw to go with it. 13 amp, this is the 13 amp one, and it's normally $120. It's on sale right now for $77.98. That's, what is that, $78, call it what it is. That is a ridiculous price on it. Normally, this has, for the past year, it's gone up as high as like 115. The low, it was this price a year ago, but up until recently, it was just under $100, and then it just tripped and fell off the cliff down to $77. This is a snatch it now price. All right, next up, we got the Craftsman V20 tool only vacuum here. It's on sale for $29.87. Then we got the grease gun here, battery and charger included. So you're getting the full kit on this for $149. Then we got the RP. Of course, that's the brushless. That's the high end. These are essentially just DeWalt slightly downgraded and painted red. That's a great tool right there for the price. $99, 2 batteries and charger on that for a brushless tool. Oh, come on. All right, then we got, for those of you in the DeWalt line, check this out. 2-in-1 cordless chains. We got 6-inch pole saw and chainsaw for the DeWalt 20-volt max battery, brushless motor, battery not included, so you got to bring your own. But if you got those DeWalt batteries there, here you go. So this is, I know it looks like 3 different tools. What you got here is it's one of the mini chainsaws with a base plate on it that the pole extension pole goes onto. So it takes a mini chainsaw and has a remote, and it turns it into a full pole saw, which for it's $116, normally $130. It's on sale for $116.98, $117, $10 off coupons. Going to go down to $107. Not a bad deal there. All right, we got this one still on sale, still the same price, still actually a killer deal. If you haven't pulled the trigger on this and you've been thinking about it, you thought maybe you missed it, you haven't. It's still there right now. 10% off the list, down from $300 to $269. One of the best job site portable table saws with the built-in stand. All right, this is the big boy though. If you want the real one, 10-inch heavy-duty worm drive table saw with the stand, cart, giant wheels on it, ratcheting extension, 12% off the list, down to $569. Then we got the ice and tray set, 4-piece magnetic tool trays. This is for your toolboxes, stuff like any kind of metal it'll attach to, but you got your paper towel holders up top, small tray, bigger tray, the spray paint holder, screwdriver holder down on the bottom. You can put it on about anything there. All right, I know this one is, I know. But I kind of like it. I mean, for the folks who have small yards, or what if you've got like an irregular yard that your regular mower keeps scalping? I know I've had to deal with that before. I've had like old growth trees and the roots go out 20 feet and then it all does this kind of stuff. And you try to run a regular motor over it and it's going to chop the top of those roots. You don't want to do that. Something like this will make it quick and easy. You could try and hover your little, your trimmer over it. But with this, it's all set. It's always the same, $79. And again, it's corded, all right? So you have to get one of those extension cords. Remember that 100-foot one I had in last week's? Should have picked it up. Maybe it might still be on sale. Go check it out. All right, anyway, let's keep going. This is your one and done solution. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Greenworks, 48 volt. You're running 2 batteries on this, all right? So two 24 volts will get you 48 volt. 20-inch cordless push mower. You get the string trimmer, you get the blower, you get the chainsaw, you get the trimmer, you get 1, 2, 3 batteries, a dual charger, and a single charger for $683. 10% off a list on that one. All right, the Work Pro screwdriver, I gotta be honest, I slept on this one for a good long time. It's on sale right now. It's $20. It's on sale, 10% off coupon. It's gonna knock another $2 off. I'm gonna say, they sent this to me and I let it sit in a bag forever. I'll give you some ASMR. It's pretty smooth. The chuck on it is super easy. Of course, you see I got my vessel bit holder in there. But then you got all your regular bits in there. And these push all the way through. You can just slide them out there. So they got nice long full extension bits if you want to use those. So giving you about the same length. And you just push them in there. One thing is you got to make sure you push them good and in there, because otherwise when you're working on it, they're gouged into your palm. But just make sure you push them through all the way and it won't be a problem. I'll say for $18, this is a pretty solid screwdriver, man. It's not the lightest thing out there, but it can get some work done there. All right, next up, we got a lot of people are asking, where's the PB? Why don't you ever cover PB Swiss? You know why? They don't have a lot of sales. All right. If they had more sales, we'll cover it. I try to keep an eye out for them, but here's what I could find this week. We got the PB Swiss Insider Pro ratcheting bit screwdriver here, 10-bit magazine. It's 6% off, down to $92.60. Then we got, this is a nice set, man. I can't lie about it. This is a great set, impact rated. Normally 118, it's 7% off, down to 110. This is a great go-to professional, like serious professional grade set of screwdrivers. And you can't go wrong with PB Swiss, honestly. All right, next up we got Weehaw. Now, I know Weehaw is usually insulated, and this is not insulated, but it is, ESD rated electrostatic discharge. So if you're working on electronics, and that's what the little hand symbol there is, you won't zap your electronics using this. It's not going to stop you if you touch mains, you're cooked. But if you're working on like a PC board or something like that, you're not going to cook it. So at $24, that's actually a pretty nice set for something like that. All right, but if you want the standard insulated, here's the Slimline Pocket Max multi-driver there from Weehaw. Again, the #1 seller of insulated screwdrivers in the U.S., $44.99, down from $60 on that one. All right, and then we got their long nose pliers with cutters, 8-inch there. That's a nice set. I like the double curve in these pliers, which gives them some extra leverage in there. $18.48. I will say this, they're not the insulated ones. Make sure, I know people think Weehaw, they're all insulated. Not all their tools are insulated. All right, then we got Van pliers. We don't talk about them much. Their prices have I guess they have gone up too big, because normally one set of the Van pliers are normally like $35. So you're getting all three here for $97. So normally $108, that kind of math kind of checks out. So you're getting this whole set. This is often, you'll see them sold in the U.S. with a green handle and it says engineer. So these are all made in Japan. Here's the difference. They're the same company. All right, let's get that out of the way. Van pliers is their U.S. brand. Engineer is their everyone else brand. I think it's mostly just Japan and Asia. If you buy the engineer, there are no authorized sellers that I know of. At least that's what Van pliers told me. There's no authorized sellers in the U.S., so you get no warranty. You buy the Van pliers, this is sold through Vampire Tools, Inc. Kid you not. Anyway, you should get a warranty in the U.S. Anyway, $97.97 is the price on these. Then we got their Van pliers electrician scissors. Again, yes, these are exactly the same as the engineer's tools, but in this case, cheaper. On sale, $26.97. All right, then we got the Weiss. Gotta get my German out. The Weiss Pro shears. These are I have these. They sent them to me years ago. Fantastic shears. They really are. They're incredible. They're owned by Crescent Tools these days, and they're no longer made in Germany or anything like that, but they're still fantastic shears. For what is it? We're looking at, this is the offset right-handed titanium coated for normally $13.85. It's on sale 15% off, down to $11.81. Then we got the Kershaw Taskmaster shears. Look at, they got everything built in here. They've got grippers there. They got grippers there. They got a bottle opener there. What's that? Like a cable cutter there. They've got are there screwdriver tips on the end? Anyway, they multitask screwdriver, and they're using them to cut flowers, because that's, of course, what you do with them. Anyway, $37.98, 14% off the list. Then we get the Duratec. Again, these are the ultra slim. These are not going to be your everyday, kind of driver wrenches, but they get you out of a jam when you get in them. They're normally $34. They're on sale 41% off. You can get them in SAE or metric, and they come in silver, black, and gold. I don't know if they're all on sale. Not quite the same price. 24 bucks there, 24 bucks there, and we got 20 bucks there in the silver. Probably best to go with the silver unless you're feeling you need to rock the gold. All right, anyway, let's keep going here. Next up, we've got the Tecton 3/8 Universal Joint Set. This is a nice set. So check this out. We got everything. We got 10 through 19, no skip on the metric, 3/8 through 3/4 on the SAE there. Good solid universal chrome sockets there, chromed universal sets here. Normally 151, it's 20% off. Remember, if it's not more than 10% off, I'll just tell you go straight to Tecton and buy them. But at 20% off, and this is a limited deal. In fact, I think it's a lightning deal. 0% currently claimed. You'll have to jump all over that. Then we got to talk about this, SK Modular Stackable Toolboxes. I did a whole video on them when they got leaked. We showed them at the National Hardware Show. They're cool. They're a little bit smaller than most other modular toolboxes. Now, here's one thing that's interesting. Top's plastic. It's like the impact-rated plastic. The bottom's impact-rated plastic. The sides, the drawers, the rest of it, solid metal. Metal slides, metal everything. Metal key, whole 9 yards. So a slight upgrade. They're pricier, but there looks like we got some coupons going on. This one here, normally $219, $220, call it what it is, on sale for $190. $10 off coupons going to take it down to $180 for 3-drawer. Now here's the thing: is it would get kind of pricey to build up a whole set, and I did. But you know what? Honestly, I did look at it. Like they were also had the the Klein. I was looking at the Klein ones, and the Kleins are a little bit cheaper and like an inch or two bigger. Not much bigger, but also I think the interior size is a little bit smaller because with plastic you have to overbuild it for the structural rigidity. With the steel, you just get the straight sheet metal. Once you bend it, it's rigid. So I think the internal usable space is about the same. But that said, if you want to go with a metal system, you want to go with something different, you want to go with something green, I get it. It would be pricey to build out a whole stacking system. And the reason I'm including this, though, I've often talked about using systems like this as standalone at different work positions in your shop. Like if you've got a lathe, great, there's all these little tools that go with it. There you go. Drill press, a bunch of bits, other stuff that goes with it. There you go. Sander, you want sand, and there's different ones. So they've got like this garage door style one that opens. Let me go up here. So it opens like this. Then we got this large jumbo drawer. We got the 2 opening doors. We got the 2-drawer system. This is a 4-drawer system here. So a lot of it looks like the same one there. Anyway, and then you can get the base, and the base is absolutely ridiculous. It's a rolling base, and it's $100. That SK, you got to get a grip here. I'm sure it's very well made, but the rolling base should not be $100. I don't think anyone's going to start using this as versus like a pack out. But again, for like some modular use in specific areas, I definitely get it. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. All right, let's keep going here. Jador, somebody said, why don't you carry more? Why don't you cover more of the Jador stuff? Well, again, it's not on sale very often. Here we got the 6-piece metal case pin punch set here. Normally $78, 59% off, down to $32.70. Then we got the engineer's hammer. That's my favorite style of hammers, the old Persuader style with the cross peen back end on it. And you're looking at a price here, normally $43.33. It's on sale, 44% off, down to $24.20. 0% claimed yet. All right, and then we got the Gear Wrench 4-piece cold chisel set here. It's 6% off, down to $33.40. All right, and then the Bully tools. And I'm going to start including these more often. Anytime we can find a deal on it, I'm going to put them in here because they're made in the USA outdoor hand tools. I've got this shovel. It's fantastic. Do I prefer the wood? I prefer the feel of wood, but apparently I was talking to some people. I put it out there before. Most people prefer the feel of wood, but fiberglass actually works better. And it's made in the USA. So, and I've never had a problem with it. And it's still doing fine. In fact, it's never gone inside. It sits on We have an area on the side of our house where all our outdoor tools sit, and snow, rain, wind, they're all just fine. Anyway, let's talk about, there's a huge deal going on with Skill 12 volt. And yes, I'm a huge fan of the Skill 12 volt. They did send me one tool, or is it two tools? Two tools they've sent me years ago. I haven't heard from them since. But that said, probably because I was honest about them. Anyway, point is this. I think they're great tools, and I bought a ton of them myself. I think it's one of the best bang for the buck for the DIY prosumer 12 volt line. They're great. They're all brushless. Most of the batteries can be used as USB banks. They have fantastic chargers. 12 volt full kit, one hand recip, brushless, $59. Let's keep going. We got the Impact with the Halo ring, with the battery, full kit, battery and charger, $59. We got it's got a, look at this, drill driver with the metal chuck, full kit here. What's the price? $59. All right, say it with me, $59. Oh, this one's $84. This is the other one they sent me, and I haven't used it a bunch because I don't nail a bunch of stuff, but if you do, it's actually pretty cool. Anyway, $84 on that one. I bought this one myself because it comes with the 4 amp hour battery. See, if you want that 4 amp hour to play around with, there's a 5 1/4 inch circ saw, great for breaking down thinner sheet goods, stuff like that, $79.98. All right, and then we got this full kit here, which is pretty awesome. Drill driver, Impact, multi-tool, flashlight, Bluetooth speaker, 2 batteries, and the charger there for $139. That's a ridiculous deal right there. All right, then we're over at Walmart. We got knee pads for Heart Gel Memory and Foam infused knee pads for $10. We got just your basic hyper tough, end of the world, road warrior kind of knee pads there for $434. We've got over at Menards, cordless electric screwdriver, no name, just cordless screwdriver. It's on sale with after everything down to $5 for $5. It might be worth trying for $5. And let's keep going. Home Depot's got the Shockwave Impact Duty alloy steel driver bit set with the pack out case, 90 piece, $99 value. Sorry, over $99 value. It's on sale right now, 60% off, down to $39.97. Then also going on today, this is going to end at around midnight or thereabouts, East or West Coast time. They've got all their toolkits. Again, too many to go through here. I just want to let you know they're out here. We'll put a link to this page so you can check them all out. But we got all the brands going on. We got DeWalt, we got Rigid, we got Ryobi, we got Milwaukee. I don't see any Makita in the mix. Sorry, Makita guys. Told you Home Depot doesn't love you. I don't get mad at me just because I tell you the facts, all right? I'm not sitting here trying to kind of dunk on you. It's just Makita just is not loved. I don't know why they're still over at Home Depot because they don't do anything to help them out. All right, let's keep going here. Now we got some bonus items for you. The EcoFlow Delta 2 Max. This is the one I run for my power station here at the studio, plus the solar panel. And this is a bi-directional solar panel. I can never remember the name of it. Basically, it can pick up light from the back and from the front. Gives you way better connectivity or better capacity there. And it's 37% off, down to $1,900. Then check this out. We got the EcoFlow River 2 Max. This is for so you've got the Delta line, or I should say Delta line's here, and then you got the River. So the Delta is like the Series Powers portable power station. The EcoFlow River is like that casual, like going out for the day or maybe just some light duty kind of stuff. This is the closest. There's one above this, but this is a pretty big one. And I think I have this one, honestly. $400 is the price on this. That's 11% off a list. And there's a $70 coupon on. Now, why is this going on? Well, I released a video on it a while back, and apparently I jumped the gun, and EcoFlow got a little miffed with me because apparently I had promised them I wouldn't release a video until later this month. But they've already announced it. They've got videos up. The Series 3 is coming out for both the Delta and the River. So they're blowing these suckers out. Is the 3 Series better? Yes, the Series 3 is better. Is it like full price kind of better? No, buy these now while they're blowing them out. These are discount level prices for this stuff compared to what you're going to be paying for the new Series 3. The new Series 3 is cool, it's slick, it's got all these new great features and stuff. Same batteries, same internals. Get the Series 2 while you can at this price, all right? So we've got the basic one here, 500 watt hours, $499 for $400, plus there's a $70 off coupon on top of that. Then this is it, the River 2 Pro, $768, just shy of that 1,000 there, where you see we start up to the Delta level. You're looking at, again, $400 on this one, no coupon on that, but that's 33% off a list. All right, and then the EcoFlow River 2 Portable. Now this one I definitely do have. I use this as a CPAP backup kind of thing because these all run as a UPS. Now a lot of people say like, oh, they're not fast enough. At 30 milliseconds, that's the speed these are. They can handle most stuff. I've never had a problem with them. And it's the same on the Deltas, and I have those running on my workstation. The whole town lost power the other day. Well, the whole town except for me because I was fine. Now that said, the new ones are sub 10 millisecond, which is in the specifications for high-end electronics and stuff for UPSs. So that's one of the upgrades you're getting with the Series 3. But this for $169 for a light-duty portable kind of stuff, this is a great one to have. All right, and also they've got a bunch of stuff, send 10% when you buy on one when you buy one. I do want to call out specifically the 100-watt solar panel because look at this. This is a high-end solar panel. EcoFlow doesn't mess around with cheap solar panels, all right? So you're getting a 100-watt monocrystalline, high-efficiency, IP68 waterproofing, and it's normally $149 on sale for $129 with a $30 off coupon. That's going to make this $99. That's Harbor Freight level kind of pricing for an EcoFlow panel. And on top of that, I really want to show you this. The build on it, let me see where they show it. Here we go. So on the panel, typically on most of these panels when you're doing a roof mount, they just basically have this hook clamp system that the panel comes in like this and it grabs the panel and then it squeezes down, and that often can bite in and basically break the seal and allow water to get into it and damage the panel. With these, they have built into the frame underneath, they've got holes for the bolts, so you just bolt them right through. Doesn't damage the panel at all, holds it down better. You don't have to worry about it wiggling out of the clamp or something like that. Much better system. Everything about these panels is high end. I highly, highly recommend them at this price. All right, let's keep going. Apple restored 2008 iPad. If you've been thinking about getting an iPad or maybe for the kids or maybe for some travel or something like that, $103. I didn't know you could buy an Apple product for that price. That is ridiculous, $103. I was excited when the 19th, whatever gen, the current one was down to $200. $103 is a ridiculous price on this. Next up, we got some outdoor furniture. Look at this. Is it super high end? No, but for some basic outdoor seating, it looks pretty good. Got a little table with it. You got seating for 4 for $140. Then we got the inflatable mattress. The holidays are around the corner. You know people are going to come in to stay, stuff like that. Maybe you like to do the autumn camping the way I do. $58.99, 18-inch air mattress there with built-in pump. Next up, we got paddle boards. Just got these for the kids, actually. My wife picked them up out of nowhere. She saw them on sale. She's like, check this out. Anyways, the kids are thrilled. $132.99 on those. And then we got, somebody was asking about some home gym equipment. I was looking for cages. That's what you specifically said. I didn't see anything like that, but here's some whole gym systems. We're looking at the 150-pound weight stack home system here for all body training with the leg press, everything for $580. And then we've also got over at Costco, this whole kind of, what's the word for this? There's a word for these kind of where the pivoting arm systems, everything's based off of that. Anyway, it's on sale for $400. That seems like a really great system right there. All right, and then we got to talk about this. All right, we got Black Friday coming up. So let me pull back here. I need a new TV. And not TV, I need a monitor. Currently, I am using a Samsung TV 4K. It's got to be 10 years old at this point. And I think I got it at Costco. It was like they were blowing out these ones, and we bought them for the entire office. And because we all had like multiple old Dell LEDs, and they were dying and stuff. And these things are fantastic. And I have not gone back to using a standard monitor since. But my problem is I'm finally starting to get some burn in. So I always have a web page open or something open, and that dark header that's on it is just cooking into that screen. And it's always there, and I have a feeling this screen does not have much longer to live. It's lived a good life. It's time to send it off into wherever screens go to die, kind of stuff. So I'm going to be hunting for a new screen. This might be it. So I'm going to show you this. Let me know if you think it's a good price, or do you think we should wait and hold off till see what comes around for Black Friday. That said, if there's other stuff you want me to keep my eye out for going through this whole Black Friday season, let me know. Put it down below in the comments. I'm going to start creating a list, and we'll add it to the bonus items each week if they pop up. So let me tell you about this. This is direct from Samsung. And remember, I say I'm against Samsung appliances. Samsung appliances are junk, but their screens, whether it's a TV screen or whether it's the one you hold in your hand, your phone, fantastic, all right? So 43-inch smart monitor M7 OD 4K. It has UHD with streaming TV, speakers, and It's a smart TV. That's great. It's got USB. But here's the deal. This is specifically designed to be used as a TV or a monitor. Actually, they say it's supposed to be used as both. That it has just one button that pivots back and forth between, doesn't pivot, it changes the mode, back and forth between TV mode and monitor mode. And that's actually key, because you do want to turn off a bunch of the features if you're using it as a monitor, because it'll make everything look a little fuzzy. They put it on there so that when things move, they don't create like pixelization behind them. Anyway, 43-inch, it's on sale. It's $150 off right now for $350. And it comes with, I gotta show you the remote with this. I love the remote. Well, here's all the ports. So you get 2 HDMI, 3 USB-A, and 1 USB-C. You have your standard desk mount as well as VESA mounts, power port on the back as well. But look at this remote. That's a solar panel on the back. So when you're not using it, you just set it face down, and it uses the lights in the room to charge. Now, I've had keyboards that do that, and I absolutely love them. And if they made a good mechanical wireless keyboard that did that, I would probably buy it. But anyway, here's the thing. Do you think I should buy this TV monitor and try it out, or do you think there's a different one I should wait for? Let me know. Put your vote down below in the comments. Anyway, that's all we got for you this week. Links and everything down below. Go check them out. If you got any questions, put them down there. I always try to read through the comments best I can. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.